Okay. And I need to change these slightly. I need to change the spoon and the leveler. I don't need to change the spacer. So what I'm going to do, before I forget, because this is something I forgot about, there needs to be a hole in the back of the spoon handle. So, you know, for the same reason why there needs to be a hole in the... For the same reason why there needs to be a hole in the measuring cup. So... that looks good. And then it was this sketch. Okay. There, now it's in there. Okay, next thing I need to do, I'm going to change the spoon. I'm going to go ahead and take the sketch here. This was 63.6. Alright, I'm going to move the spacer by 63.6. Then I'm just going to go ahead and extrude this past that. And then if I suppress that, okay, that's going in. So if I change that to be just a little tiny bit less, and then I unsuppress it, and then I make this clear, what? No, this. There, blue is easier to see. Okay. Yeah, that'll probably just about work. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Okay. I can't do it like that. I have to change the original. What was 48 times 1.25? It was 60, right? A quarter of 48 is... a quarter of 48 is 12. So yeah, 60. So make that 70. Now hopefully that didn't massively change anything. It looks like it did massively change something. Why? Yeah, that massively changed a lot. What in the world? I make this just 60. Then everything is intact. I make this. Okay. And this one is 70, right? But this needed to be 70. And then this needs to be 80. So I do need to make a new spacer. That change? Okay. $80. Okay. And that moved everything back. So now I should be able to move this to there. Change the appearance. And there's about a centimeter worth inside there. Or so. I'm gonna need to change this this right here, this sketch there. Move that back. Move that back. Move this forward. Okay, that's better. Alright, I've lengthened the spoon. Now I have to change the leveler. Wait. Okay, it moved the other way. Okay. All right. And if I'm going to change the leveler, I might as well do this one other thing. Just going to bring that out slightly more. Just would like for it to be a little taller. How did numlock turn off? Just because I can. Now I gotta change the leveler. And I think the way I'm gonna do that, I think the way I would like to do that would be to design it so that it slides on and then I just lock it into place by welding a piece of plastic in front of it. I think that's the easiest thing to do. But I could maybe also do this. I could also chamfer, not really, chamfer these edges here. That's the wrong edge. You chamfer this edge and this edge. This and this. What? Why won't it let me do that? Hang on. Maybe I don't have the, maybe I'm not hitting the right edge. Okay. This edge. And this edge. What in the world? Why can I chamfer? That's so stupid. Because earlier I was able to change this one by quite a bit, but I can't change the other one by anywhere near the same amount. That's so ridiculous. What's there to block it? I could do that. I can do that. So the idea there would be that I would be able to move this down, right? And these edges would push against each other and bend this outward. But I don't think that's likely to happen. So instead, where was the sketch? It was this sketch, right? Okay. Okay. If I put this here, then I put this here, and then I make this like 0.3. Oh, that's automatically 0.3 for some reason. I don't know why, but okay. So that's there. And then that's there. And then dimension this as 0.3. And then I take that extrusion and I get rid of this. I take this chamfer and I try and fail to select another edge. I have to be clever with this because part of why it doesn't want to click into place is because this is too short of an arm. So what if I did this shape? Hang on. If I do this, and then I do this, and then I do this. So that we have a long arm here. Then this would have to be a minimum of 0.4. That goes way too far. 0.8 would work. include that. And then okay, that might help. That might help. So I've got, it's just shorter on this side and it's longer on this side, and one of those might work, or they both might work. I don't have to be too worried about the length on this. I was worried about how short this would be because there would be plenty of space on this end to go back and forth, but that's being blocked by this inside part here, so I don't have to worry about that. So I'm going to go ahead and not do that. Yeah, just shorter. And also while I'm at it, see if I can, since it's a different, see, that one can go as far as I want. I don't know why it didn't want to go that far before. The stupid program just isn't good at geometry. You'd think something that's based entirely around geometry would be fairly alright at doing geometry. But it was like, no, this thing that is bigger than a millimeter is much smaller than half a millimeter, so you can't go that far. And then how big is that? 0.2. .4. Okay, that's better. And then I was thinking of something. I was also thinking of something. It would be nice, right, if I could push the leveler across with just my thumb, instead of having to move it all the way. So, what in the world? There. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and see if I can make that kind of a geometry there. So I'm going to go ahead and extrude. Are you kidding me? What is wrong with this sketch? So I'm going to go ahead. So what I'm going to do is move these this way a bit. Not by that much, like by that much. Just so that it won't jiggle, just so that it won't rotate as much. And then I'm going to put a line, I'm going to make a new sketch, I'm going to put a line here. I'm going to go ahead and extend it all the way. I don't know why. Sometimes it's like, this piece of the plane that's on the sketch you can go ahead and use. This piece you can't. Program is stupid. I'm gonna see about making a spline gonna make... Okay, and then I'm gonna make... And these are all parallel with that. And then a point on their midpoints. Move that there. Move that there. All right. No reason for it to be small. Three and a half. That is unfortunately the maximum. And what makes it unfortunate is that I need to be able, if I was going to push this with my thumb, I need to also pull it back with my thumb, which means I need there to be that shape to it. And then I would need it to be like that. And then that would have to be, yeah, that won't work. Okay. So what if, okay, hang on. What if the whole leveler was just longer? Like 4 or 5 maybe, right? And taller. No, not taller yet. If I make a sketch here, and I go ahead and I project this. And I make a line. I make a projection of this line here. Now I can make a line. How big of a bump does that make? 4.35? It's close to 5, but not quite. Then I go ahead, oh wait. There. And then I go ahead and I extrude all of this to here. then I go ahead and I take this sketch and I'll make a 3-point arc from here to about here. And now what I'll do is delete that arc because I need it to be from here to about the same about point. Okay. So what that'll do is that'll give me something to push on over here and something to pull on over here. But now the 4.5 looks a little too big. So instead, let's delete this and bring that in. Okay, I'm glad that that's 3 might work. That looks better. Let's get rid of all the sketches. Okay. But then if I move this over, it can't be too long because I need to move this over by, it was, how much? $63.5. If that's underneath it, it is. Okay. That's an issue. Okay. If I start a sketch here and I project this, and I dimension, I measure from here to here, 6.4. Okay. That's how long the leveler can be. How long is it right now? Okay. It's only 5. That's odd. That looks like it's much... We'll make it 4.5. Alright, that's good. Now the geometry of the leveler is kind of annoying because it's going to be really hard to print in any, or it's going to be annoying to print in any orientation because it's going to, no matter where I print it, it's going to need supports. Because of all this crazy geometry. And then because I'm gonna be right. I did want it to be a little taller. Okay. Oh, that changed the arc here. That's gonna be annoying. Okay. That. Put that there. Why can't I move? Can I move the... There. There, that'll work. Okay, wait, hang on. That should be some appreciable distance. Like 0.8. Yeah. Okay. Now I'll go ahead and round off this edge so that it doesn't hurt to touch. Round off these edges so that they don't hurt to touch. I can afford to round off the top part here. And this just to make it easier to clean. I want as few crevices as possible. Alright, I think that is the leveler about as good as it's gonna get. I mean, maybe as good as it's gonna get. So hopefully I'll be able to actually level it off with just my thumb. That's just a, I want to do that though. I can always use both hands. And also I hope that these chamfers help it, along with the fact that it's thinner here. In fact, if I really want to do this, I can go ahead and extrude this in by, oh wait, hang on. Yeah. I can always make this 0.8, right? And that'll 0.8 is the absolute minimum that I can make anything that has to stand up to anything. So, okay, I think that's the leveler. How am I gonna print it? I don't want to print it in pieces. Because like for this one, I can just chamfer that, right? At a 2 distance. And bring this out. And bring these out to there. Right? But then... Oh! That's interesting. That's not gonna work though. Yeah, I guess just print it on this side, because having supports here isn't gonna horribly screw anything up. I hope this isn't too long, because the other one wasn't too long either. And I'm adding 10 millimeters on this end and 10 millimeters on this end, which is 2 whole centimeters. And the other one was pretty long, but not too long, you know? Anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and save everything here and export it all. And hopefully it'll all work out just fine. So, spoon, save as mesh, save, yes, replace it, spacer, save as mesh, save, yes, replace it, and leveler, save as mesh. I wonder how many triangles this is. 1,824 because of all the curves. Save, yes, replace it. And then again, real quick, just to make sure. Yeah, okay. Alright. And we'll see how this works.